What up, people? You got your boy Don here, the bouncer. We're coming to hit y'all again today. Got another good show for y'all. Got some great topics, good things to talk about.
Yeah.
We got your boy Old Head Smooth.
Old Head Smooth.
Smooth. Your boy False Ross. The fake boss. Alright, we got some good things to talk about today. Again, comments, like the show, share the show, go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel and like them. It's kind of important for us. We really need that. But today, we got some very touchy subjects on both sides, men and women.
Yep.
My fellas are bringing this one to me today. Me personally, it's a sore subject, so I ain't gonna say much about it. That good old or broke up couples, child support is not for failed relationships, it's for absent fathers. So, which one of you good fellas want to jump this one off?
Okay. Child support. We definitely have to actually start with the name. You know, it is supposed to be child support. It is not supposed to be, oh, I'm about to go out and get this purse. It is not supposed to be, well, we got this weekend in Jamaica with me and my new boo. Right. It is not supposed to be anything like that. It is supposed to be support for the child or the children that you and your ex-significant other, have together. You know what I'm saying? It is in support of that child. It's kind of weird for me because with my situation was very different than most. My situation was very civil with my ex-wife. Happily ex-wife, yes. With my ex-wife, we actually established even before we was married that if something were to happen where we, we're not together anymore, that she wouldn't keep the children from me, and I wouldn't actually try to take them from her or anything like that. We established that to begin with, and I was like, look, I don't want to go through the child support system, man. I think government involvement should be minimal, and I think the child support system is just another way for the government to get involved and get their piece of the pie. So with my ex-wife and I, she's not good with money at all. Like, that's one of the reasons why we're not together. She's not good with money at all. So the money comes directly out of my check from direct deposit, goes straight to the landlord. That way I make sure my children have a roof over their heads at all time, with other things such as if they need school clothes or if they need supplies, hair stuff, cause I got all daughters, so I pay for hair stuff all the time. But but for those types of issues, it's one of those things where those things can be worked out, but the main thing is making sure my children have a roof over their heads at all time. And like I said, she wasn't good with money at all. So I wanted to make sure that my that the money that I was actually going was going to actually support my children. And I don't think it should go towards, I think I should have a say on things like if I was just giving money like that, I would. You ain't got to buy kids Jordans all the time. Let my kids get some Payless shoes every once in a while. If you want to splurge and get them, say for instance, if you get them 3 pair of shoes for back to school stuff like that, go ahead and get them a pair of Nikes. But then the other pair of shoes, go ahead and save some of that money. You know what I'm saying? Spend wisely. But just so I don't have to have that conversation, my money goes directly to the landlord, and that way I know they got a roof over their head, so everything else can be worked out. But so I don't know if everyone is that civil or actually has the foresight to look ahead. But
damn well it ain't. You straight up tripping, boy.
Boy, you must have seen me in the shower when the water was real cold.
With that note, we don't stop talking to him altogether. But definitely let us know what y'all thinking about. So we'll know where y'all coming from. So we watching and we gonna try and hit y'all up as they coming in and try and respond to y'all.
Right.
So what you
Yeah. So yeah, like he stated, like Smooth stated, it is child support. It is not relationship reparations.
Yeah.
It is nothing that is due to you for your hurt feelings. It's support for the child that you guys share. That being said, I mean, really, it should come down to communication. And like you stated about government involvement, I just don't see why, if you have two reasonable adults that look, hey, you can set something up. Hey, I can give you money there. I can give you money here. I'll take care of this here. Just call me if you need me. It should be able to be amicable. I don't understand why it has to go to the government. Now, that being said, I know that there are deadbeat dudes out here.
Yeah.
They do exist. It's not nearly as many as they try to make it out to be,
right.
But they do definitely exist.
Yep.
And I don't fuck with niggas like that. I don't fuck with niggas that don't take care of their kids, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I just don't understand. I don't understand the go get 'em attitude that like is reinforced by their the women's mothers and their friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as you have the kid, he don't want to be with you. Put his ass on papers, girl. Take him downtown. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
It's go get. You don't want to be with. That's crazy. That's crazy. And in the long run, you're really hurting your child, especially if you're going to be type.
Ooh.
And you try to. It's on that pay-per-view shit.
You gonna step on some toes.
And you gotta pay to see the kid, or you can't see the kid if you late on your payment.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the shit that they have access to when you're behind in child support payments just makes it so that you will never recover.
Yeah, because that shit just don't make sense. There.
No.
You go to jail if you miss child support. You go to jail, you miss work. You miss work, you get fired.
Yeah, bro, if you get behind child support, you can't get a driver's license. If you can't get a driver's license, you probably ain't gonna be able to get a new job, especially if you like a CDL driver or something like that. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I just think this shit's crazy. And my thing is, if the government seems like they're definitely in favor of this shit because they're trying to. It seems like it's just another way to put black men in jail. And I know it's not all black men on child support, but it's mainly black men going to jail. So it's just another way for them to extort you, black women, and help put your man in prison by this child support shit. If the government was really trying to help, they would have developed some kind of solution to the issue. Some kind of card or something that, can be, because that's what it really is. It's not that the guys have an issue paying for the children. We have an issue with you taking our money and doing bullshit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the issue is. Yeah,
I had a strong issue with that. That's the reason why I actually set things up the way they were, because my whole thing is spend smart. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about that later, but yeah, go ahead, continue on. It just tells you this, just spending
wisely.
Spend it wisely. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That matters. There should be a card that school supplies, groceries, clothes for children.
Children, yes, for children.
For children. There should be some kind of card, and then and there should also be. I don't know these because I don't really pay child support. I never have, but I'm fighting. All right.
See, watching y'all. We got y'all back.
All right. I just know I had a guy. He was paying his baby mama. She made way more money than he was working at a liquor store. All right, and he had 2 kids with her. And he had to pay $400 a kid. Now the brother's check every 2 months was only like $8.76. So after he paid $400 a kid, and she worked an office job, so she had to be making $13, $14 an hour somewhere around there. She had a good job and stayed out in like Greenwood. So it just didn't make any sense that he had to pay that much money. He just wasn't making any money. And everybody was like, well, he needed to go downtown and get that amended or whatever it's called. And I guess he just didn't, but I just think that's crazy, man. That's over 90% of his check gone. And I mean, this was years ago. Shit's changed since then. He's in a much better place now, but I mean, he did that for like 3 years.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
400 per
per child.
For 3 years?
For 3 years.
Every single,
He worked at a liquor store. Granted, he worked at a liquor store, bro. You could have been doing a little bit better than that, but still, like, that's crazy, man. How is he supposed to live? So, yeah, no, we need to find a solution.
So, greater minds than mine have been looking into this and fussed about it and complained about it a lot more than I have.
Yeah.
A lot more than we have.
There's a lot of pushback, motherfuckers.
Of course.
But I think it is. I think we do have to get back to the fact that it shouldn't be used for revenge. It shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Just because things don't work out with you and that person, if you're trying to find a way to get back at that person through child support, one that's mean, evil, nasty, and vindictive. It's not. It's, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like. I know there's probably more brothers out there that if they found a way that they could actually work it out where it's actually fair, they would be more involved. Because I actually see that there are brothers that know for sure that they're gonna come and get this much out of my check, or they're gonna come and take this much, all because it didn't work out with this girl. They'll actually not work. They'll just not work, and they'll find some other girl that will allow them to live in that situation and not pay for nothing. And they just want to see their children because of the fact that they know it's going to hurt them so much, or either that, or they don't have the education to get a job that's going to give them the amount of money that's going to take to handle that. Now, on one hand, it's wrong for the brothers, because a brother, if you have a child, you're supposed to be taking care of your child.
Exactly.
That's what it boils down to. But the thing is, I understand the reasons why they actually do go out and don't get jobs, or they'll actually work and get paid under the table just so they can actually have something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just so they can actually have something. It's not right, and that's what I'm saying. If you take the mean, evil, and vindictiveness out of it and say, you know what, it did not work, but you know what, I do need money for Pampers, I do need money for food, I do need money for electricity, I do need money for school supplies. And brothers, I would actually have to say, and this is something that I do, and this is just because of the way I was actually raised, but ask for receipts.
Hell yeah.
Ask for receipts.
Hell
and
yeah.
Keep track of the receipts. Because you'll get there's a lot of women out there that are actually good about it. They're like, look, if you just give me the money, I'll do what's right with it. Because a woman does know how to make money stretch. They can actually go ahead and find ways to make money stretch and everything. If you guys establish, like, look, okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and give you this amount of money. I know for sure what you need to get. This is what I can give you. Okay. And if you actually have that adult talk, you know, some of the women, some of the men are childish. If you have that adult talk with the person that you actually are co-parenting with, you can establish those guidelines and just make sure that you guys stick with those guidelines. But if you say, hey, you know what? Well, I know you need to get some shoes and some school shirts and some uniforms and everything. May I please have the receipts afterwards?
Well, we can make it real simple. Why don't you just go and get it yourself?
Oh, well, that's also another thing.
And then me personally, I mean, so the way it works was, although with my youngest, we had just absolutely the great relationship.
Right. It's beautiful.
It wasn't, we didn't have the government involved, so I think everything worked out in our best interest.
Okay.
On both hands. We divvied up and we shared absolutely everything down the middle, including taxes.
Okay.
You know, this year you filed, next year I filed.
Yep.
But you know, the funny thing was, the government was involved with that, because when we got our divorce, it was all put in our divorce decree. Period. And to me, I'm, as I say, and I knew I was gonna do it. All right, here it comes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I learned from my mistakes earlier in life. I'm never gonna let somebody talk me out of being a part of my kid's life.
Right.
And by doing so earlier in life, it caused so many other issues that I'm probably gonna catch a lot of backlash here in a minute about, but it still did. So when it came to this situation, my divorce at this point, I handled things a different way.
Right.
And I'm glad I had the woman that I did have, because she was mature enough to work with me to make this happen. It could have gone a different way altogether. It could have.
Right.
And I understand that, and I'm not faulting any of you brothers because I've been on both sides of the spectrum with this. So I know that it can be difficult in a lot of instances. But in all shapes and forms, the still bottom line fact of it is, you gotta be a man.
Yes.
And being a man is not hiding from child support. It's not being in your kid's life. It's not any of that. You gotta go the route that you have to go to make sure that your kid is taken care of. So you're not doing it for her. Let yourself know you doing it for your child.
Right. Exactly.
So that you can look back when your child is 17, 18, you can look at your child and say, I did what I was supposed to do.
Right.
You can sleep with a conscience knowing that you were the man that did what you were supposed to do as a man.
Yes.
So I'm not going to blame it 100% on the women, although it is 85% the issue. But I'm not going to let that go down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it's all them. It's a high number, but it's not all them. Child support is being used as a weapon, not so much as what it's supposed to be for, and that's to support them kids. It's being used as a weapon, and that to me is where I have an issue with.
Yeah.
Because a child is not a bullet.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
It's not a bullet.
I need to point this out here. These savages.
Here we go. Here we go.
What kind of scandalous, heartless bitch would use a child against their own parent? Like what? What kind of savagery?
You answering your own question right there.
Hold on, bro. Nah.
That's savagery.
That's terrible. That's terrible. And the fact that so many people are okay with the shit, just excuse it, like, yo, that's what's up, that happens. I mean, just get over it, get used to it. That's fucked up. Yo, that's fucked up for as a people. Nobody calls them on that shit. That's terrible. You got men out here dying to see their kids.
Yes.
Really dying to see their kids. And the real fucked up part is that the kids, because mama's infallible. We all know that.
Yep.
Mama's infallible. So these poor little kids got real pieces of shit as mamas, but they don't know no better. And they fathers really want to be with them, really trying to see them, really love them, but just can't stand to be around the mama. Or the mother makes it extremely difficult for them to come around. But telling the kids, your daddy don't love us. Your daddy don't want to be with us.
No, he don't want to.
You don't like. Fucking manipulating my kids. Even though I ain't got that. I'm still out there. You motherfuckers. I'm sorry, I just had to get that out. Y'all some terrible bitches. Terrible. If ain't nobody else told you, False Ross told you, bitch.
But that only applies if the shoe's fitting.
Right, no. For the good, I'm sorry. I'm glad you pointed it out. Sisters.
Yes.
For the good stuff, I'm sorry. I do apologize because I don't do a good enough job of separating the two. Sisters, I big up you guys out here.
That's
you got the ain't shit boyfriends, ain't shit baby daddies and shit. You handle the shit by yourself. Hey, salute.
Yeah,
you are the backbone of the community. Of the black, you are the backbone. We can't do it without you. You know what I'm saying? All them Kevin Garnett mamas and shit. Hey. Keep it up.
Yeah, keep doing your thing, but
You other bitches, you burn on your way to hell.
one of the ones that's wearing J's, the ones that's wearing J's, but your children is wearing Payless. You know, okay, yeah.
Right.
You done got that new Michael Kors, but your kids, you know, hey, come on now. Child support. Unless you're a childish woman, I guess. Then that okay. Well, let me stop. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. That's what it turns out.
Somebody
to be
getting into their feelings right now.
That's what it turns out to be child support.
Say little shit.
That's child support. But hey, you know, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, we had a little spike in sound there, but y'all gotta forgive it. It was Ross was getting extremely passionate about this situation. But as y'all see, we had the issues last week, but we got it all corrected. We were able to fix that.
Yeah.
So that teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
So we got that all corrected. But we got some shout outs here that I want to get into.
Oh yeah.
Because while we was having that conversation, they jumped in.
We got a lot of them.
All right, we got Ryan. What's good? John. Kiki, what's happening, baby?
Kiki.
Do you love me? Are you riding? I will never leave by your side. What up, Dave? What up, Ryan? Bus. Rail, what's happening? And all of y'all. Again, our people, we thank y'all for staying with us, saying what's happening. All right, we got a couple comments here that we want to get into. Jayla says, some women pay child support. That's true. It's very, like you said, it's very rare, but it happens. It does.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
And they with us.
Right.
They believe the same way we do that this shit shouldn't be a weapon.
Exactly.
Make that nigga get up and go get a job.
Exactly.
Bum ass nigga. Whatever. I mean, kids,
that's right. Maybe she has a job that she doesn't have the ability to be there for the kids.
Right.
She knows he a bum ass piece of shit, and he ain't got nothing else to do.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So I respect that she gave him that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening, Jay Lita? Welcome to the show. Hey, Tasha, what's good? All right, anybody else got any more comments y'all want to put in there on this topic before we slide on up out of it? I'll give y'all a couple seconds.
Oh, I'm good.
You got anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good, bro. I'm here done.
I'm gonna go ahead and chill for now because I'm pretty sure this is something we can revisit at another time and actually even find a different angle to talk about. So yeah, I like to kind of chill out for now.
Well, okay, real quick though, maybe we should talk about some resolutions. What's some ideas for resolutions for the problem? Like I've already thrown out the card thing.
Well, the civility. I mean, like I said, the civility on both parts. I mean, you have to both be adult about it. You know what I'm saying? It takes two to tango. You guys are both in the situation. You know, if you're not going to be with that particular person, then say, look, okay, you know what? For one reason or another, we're not going to be together, but we need to make sure we take care of Shorty. You know what I'm saying? We need to take care of our Shorty. This is what I can do. What do you need? You know what I'm saying? Find out what's needed and find out what you can do, and actually kind of, you know, come to some sort of agreement. Like I said, in my situation, I knew starting out what I was going to do and what I wasn't going to do. And like I said, I saw the plan, and I was adult about it. I was like, hey, you know what? I don't like the way you spend money, or your money management skills are lacking. And she agreed about it. She agreed. She was like, yeah, I know. You know, I was like, well, to make sure that our children are taken care of, we got a roof over the head. This is what we're going to do. So come to some sort of agreement. And like I said, we were talking about before, make a decision you can live with, and live with your decision. That means on both parts, you know, if you guys come up with a plan together, that's one of the things. Come up with the plan together. Don't try to break the other one's arm. Don't try to, you know what I'm saying, make sure you're fair from one person to the next. But that, I'm pretty sure just the civility and being adult about the situation will actually solve a whole bunch of problems.
I think that is what the problem is, period. Mm-hmm. Civility. A lot of these same people that we are having the problem with, as far as seeing kids and all of that, you can't be civil with those people because they've already got it ingrained in them to be ratchet, and they're going to be a problem regardless. So that to me is the reason why you need to have the government in, because you need somebody that's going to enforce it.
Yeah, but the government's not on the man's side. It's just evident.
That is absolutely true. However, when you put that on a piece of paper, that's something that's irrefutable. Period. So when you go to the courts and say, "Hey, I'm supposed to have my child on this day, this day, this day," she decides, "Well, no, I don't like it because you didn't give me extra,"
Right.
and she decides she wants to deny that. Yes, when you pick up the phone, and I know we as a people, we don't like using the police.
No.
But I'm sorry, you're not doing this for you. You're doing this for your child. Your child needs to see, one, not all the police are bad, so that they can see their dad using the police and his benefit. So they also can see your dad doing the right thing and showing that he cares. Because she can fight it all she wants to. Because if you man enough to make that baby, you should be man enough to raise that baby. So with that being said, she keep acting that ass, they'll take that baby from her and give it to you. So if it depends on what level of manhood you are at, if you're willing to go ahead and take that full responsibility or not. A lot of the problem is we don't want that full responsibility. Man, I got too much shit going on. I can't be nailed down with no baby right now. That baby didn't ask to be here. You created that baby.
Yeah.
So now it go back to, like I said, with that responsibility.
You're right.
Responsibility is you made that choice to lay down with that flea. So now, no, I'm not. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not done.
Okay.
You laid down with that flea with your dog ass, and now you got fleas and you upset about it.
Yeah.
No, bro. Everything that look good ain't good.
Yeah. That's bad.
So you gotta watch your own self too. You gotta take them responsibilities. Like, hey, I made that mistake. I created this. This is my seed. I'm gonna do what I can for this. I'm gonna make this happen. So you got to. Period. So I said, ladies, and I'm not trying to be the old head smooth on this part. I just know I don't feel like y'all are fully to blame with a lot of this child support.
Right.
However, I do believe y'all are a large part of it. So that's what I got to say. And hey, Terry, what's going on? We're gonna close this one out because this one went a little bit further than I thought we would go.
Yeah, we got some emotion going on there.
Yeah, buddy, because I think this topic could have went on for another hour at least.
Yeah.
So we're gonna slide on up out of that. And at this moment, y'all know what the time it is. Jules from Old Head Smooth.
Old Head Smooth. Now, if you know anything about me, you know I'm about my money.
He about his money.
And I want y'all to be about your money too. There's a lot of different things I actually talk about, especially when money's involved, and it actually has to do not only with just the money itself, but also the mindset that goes into money management. One of the things that matter of fact, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but paying for quality. There are issues sometimes with actually paying for quality, and I've actually got. It's one of those things where I actually do get passionate about it because there's a difference between being cheap and being cost effective. I think the goal is to be cost effective at all times, but a lot of times it comes out with being cheap. You know, you're looking at just price itself, and if you're looking at just price, you're going to actually neglect certain aspects of quality. So there are sometimes when you go cheap And when you actually buy cheap, or when you actually spend your money and actually act cheap, you're going to end up hurting yourself in the long run, because you may have to end up spending more money because either something runs out, or something breaks, or something just, things like, say for instance, like dish detergents. That's one of the smallest things. Dish detergent. You can see the store brand. The store brand might be okay. It might be 45, 50 cents less than I was gonna say Dawn, but I don't want to push them because that's what I use. I ain't no punk. I use Dawn. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But the name brand. But the thing is, if you actually have to buy 2 bottles of this cheap stuff, when you could have just bought one, you're gonna end up hurting yourself in the long run. So. Exactly. So there's a couple of things, because like I said, being cheap, that can actually, being cheap can actually be more expensive in the long run. I got a friend of mine that actually rents carpet cleaners. He likes to have his carpets clean, but he rents carpet cleaners 4 times a year. And if he's renting them 4 times a year, he's paying $30 a day. So $30 a day, and it takes him a weekend to actually clean all the carpets in his place. Well, that turns out to be $60. You can buy a carpet cleaner for less than $200. You know what I'm saying? So rather than continuing to rent, you can actually have that carpet cleaner and actually pay that money. Even though it's a big expense up front, you actually will end up saving money in the long run, because not only do you have it just for those 4 times a year, but I know you got friends and family members. Oh, can I get your carpet cleaner? Go ahead and get it $30. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying you charge everyone, but hey, I ain't no punk. I'll charge my family if it's something like you can get it for $20. Have it for the whole weekend. So that's just one example of that. So there's a couple times when you do. There's quite a few times when you do want to pay for quality. But things like your home, things like your car, things like a mattress. Go ahead and pay for quality, because those are things you have to look at, the way they're made, how you're going to use those things, especially a mattress. I mean, I know people that'll go to, a place around the corner and they got a whole bunch of deals on mattresses, but if you actually lay on the mattresses, I tell you what, you're going to get a spring in your back, in a couple months, so your quality of sleep affects how you actually move and operate throughout the day. Pay that extra money, or pay money for a good quality mattress. You know what I'm saying? Pay a little extra for a car that actually is, and this is where you definitely have to do your research. That's going to be one of my points, to definitely do your research. But when you're searching for a car, searching for a home, don't look at price alone. Look at how you're going to use it, how often you're going to use it. Look at what it costs to maintain that particular car, that particular product. So if you actually do these things, you can actually save money in the long run by spending a little extra money now. So definitely pay for quality in those things. A couple of things you don't have to worry about paying for quality, and a lot of people do. A lot of people don't really look at this, but things like your cell phone. You know what I'm saying? There are so many different models of cell phone out here. You don't have to have the iPhone, 5 million.
Man, you got me fucked up.
See, that iPhone 5 million is gonna cost you over $1,000 when you just got one last year. You're upgrading every single year.
I do every 6 months.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then do your research. If you want the latest or greatest, see if you can find one that's actually used or pre-owned, where you can save some money, but you're still getting that quality. There's ways you can do everything that you need to do.
People drop phones in toilets. I don't want that used phone.
Okay, don't get that particular one. Do your research. That's where you're doing your research.
I don't want a pre-owned phone.
Don't smell like piss and shit.
Exactly. Things like sunglasses. Sunglasses, they'll have all these extra coatings and all the extra UV, blah blah blah. You can get some off the rack. You know what I'm saying? Save some money somewhere. Another thing, a lot of people are afraid of, because they just think it's you just getting your money stolen from you. Service contracts and extended warranties. In some cases, it may not be necessary. In other cases, it is something that might actually help you out. I'm actually big on them because I have a certain dollar threshold. If something costs over $150, I'm going to look to see, at least research what that is, because I've got to look at whatever the cost is to replace it or repair it. Some items aren't really worth it. Some items aren't considered throwaway. If it's under a certain dollar amount, I'll be like, look, if I take a loss, I take a loss. I'll just go ahead and replace it. But if it's something I know for sure that I need, I'm going to have to use over and over again. And If it's over $150, I will definitely go ahead and research to see what it's gonna be. But overall, the main thing is do your research. It's okay to pay for something or pay for quality. Do your research. You can find good deals. You can find the top item, but you might find it on a different website. It might take you a little bit longer to get it, or it may be a certain situation where it may be used or it may be refurbished. Look into what that actually means, because refurbished from one company is going to be different from refurbished from another company. So find out what it is. Do your research, but that way you can spend smartly. You know what I'm saying? You can actually spend wisely. So my whole thing is there's quality out there. Go ahead and pay for quality, but be smart about it and do your research. Those are Jules from Old Head Smooth.
Old Head Smooth. All right, y'all. Good business there. Good business. But I'm sorry. Some things I just love, and I love my iPhone.
Understand?
And I'm going to always pay for that. So I'm with you on a whole lot of other things on that, with that. But when it comes to my phone, bro, I'm splurging. I'm getting the top. I mean, I don't believe in the Bugattis and all of them, but when it comes to my phone, like, I gotta have that. That's my baby.
So you pick and choose.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, I can get with that. That's
got a couple comments there. Jay Giggles talking about I buy off-brand stuff all the time and it works for her.
There you go. If it works for you,
she dropping names, dude. She said great value, Kroger, etc. Yeah. Ain't no shame in my game.
There we go.
We ain't mad at you, boo boo. Go ahead.
I'm like that with the exception of condiments. I don't like dollar store like mayonnaise and ketchup, mustard.
Yeah, I gotta have Miracle Whip. You know, if I'm
I gotta have name brand shit on condiments, cheese, and bread, shit like. Fuck it, I'll pay that little extra bit of money. It just tastes better.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. And Tasha says, respect cost effectiveness. Respect. With a K. Respect. No, she didn't actually. She spelled it out the right way.
Yes.
So, all right, y'all. So we're going to slide on up out of those jewels that the brother dropped on our heads.
Yes, sir.
On to some ratchetness.
Uh-oh.
All right. We're about to step into Mr. Ross's therapy.
Okay.
We got Ross with his therapy session.
Yeah, all right.
Lay it on us, brother.
All right, man. So,
yeah.
I'm going to keep it kind of short today. So I really just talking about the child support thing. You guys mentioned a lot of the main words that I wanted to talk about today, which is responsibility, accountability, and blame. And the difference between all three. Okay, so responsibility is a duty or a charge that somebody has to someone or something. Okay, and they have they're responsible for it. Okay, so accountability. The accountability is the act of being responsible. Okay? Blame is when responsibility is assigned to someone or something. So it's I have nothing to do with this. This is all on you. That's you're accountable for that. That's your responsibility.
Right.
Okay? I think when we were talking about child support, and we were just talking about just in general relations to men and women, I feel like accountability comes with manhood. You automatically assume accountability because responsibility comes with manhood, with being a man. Okay? Notice I said manhood, not malehood. See, I think a lot of women don't. Yes, we're males, but what makes you a man is when you assume responsibility and accountability for your family, your friends, and things that you need to take care of. All right. I think a lot of men get blamed for shit that we don't have a whole lot of control over when it comes to relationships. I think a lot of men get blamed for a lot of women's insecurities. And I guess we entered a silent contract, as what's her name? Iyanla Vanzant.
Ayanna.
Ayanla.
Yeah.
I mess it up all the time.
That's all right. I don't like her anyway.
She's brilliant.
I don't like her.
Bro, she's brilliant, bro. Like, seriously. But she breaks this shit down. When you entered a silent agreement, you signed a silent contract when you get with women. Mm-hmm. And one of the contracts you sign is that you are now responsible for my insecurities. Mm. Okay? Mm. And you're responsible for quelling my...
I'm not trying to hear that.
For quelling my desires.
I'm with you.
On that shit. And be that sexual, be that financial, whatever. But we don't know this shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. See, I think it's all about the way that men and women are both brought up, both raised. See, as a man, this is the way we think. Because you're brought up, you don't get shit if you didn't earn it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You ain't supposed to get a goddamn thing if you didn't earn shit. Yep. So that's the way we think. If you didn't earn the shit, you don't deserve shit. As to women are socialized as takers. And look, I'm not calling you greedy and all that. Look, but you are socialized to be receivers. That's the way I receivers. We'll say that. Exactly. But I've always thought this. God told us what the deal was. Look, goddammit, the reason she's built that way down below, she's built to receive. Now she's not just receiving that energies. She's receiving emotions. She's receiving. Mm-hmm. We raise little girls to be receivers.
God said that, huh?
Mechanically,
it is what it is.
If we're speaking anatomically, yeah, that is
built to receive. Yeah. And now socially, we've constructed them to be that way too. And we have this antiquated, because it's old, this antiquated philosophy. Back when women weren't working and they were housewives and shit like that the man's supposed to provide for you everything financially, comfortable living situations, house, home, car, kids, all that should be taken care of. Outside of you taking care of domestic abilities, he's supposed to handle all that shit. But I mean, times have changed. Black women are making their own money now, and more than black men. Indeed. If you really look at the stats, they're almost identical. The number of black women graduating from college almost equals the number of black men in prison and unemployed.
Ooh, that's painful. That's painful. And the painful part is that's true.
That's true as fuck.
That's painful.
But we're still supposed to provide and take care of, and there are a few out here that can. There are a few exceptional men out here that make it happen. Super duper brothers that make it happen, and goddamn it, trailblazers, if you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Bet most of them paying child support, but that's what's up anyway. That's what's up. But for the guys that want to but can't, for them to be shunned or blamed, you know what I'm saying, for their lack of ability to provide, is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. And what's even crazier is the guys themselves, because we feel accountable. We feel we're supposed to be able to do this shit. We don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. We don't know what's wrong. We don't know why we can't get this shit done. But we know we feel that shame. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Feel that shame. We can't give the woman we love what she want. But you know who can? Yo Gotti can. The dope nigga can.
Here we go.
The hustler nigga can give her whatever the fuck she want. And he don't give a shit because it's easy money for him. See, most of the dope niggas didn't have the daddy you don't get shit if you don't earn it. Hey, bro.
They go out and get it.
Easy money, yeah. I mean, I hit the block. Goddamn, did nobody else hit? I hit this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I feel him on that, but nah, bro. Nah. You playing yourself, and she playing herself. But got a little off track here. Accountability, responsibility, and blame. The main thing we need to try to stray away from, the main difference if anything else, the main message I want to put out here real quick. There's no growth in blame. Okay, there's no growth when you just shun all responsibility of a situation. You don't hold yourself responsible, so you don't see what you've done wrong. As opposed to when you hold yourself accountable, or you hold someone else accountable, there's room for growth. You've seen what you did wrong, you know what to not do next time, and you move on from there. It's way too much blame going on. Way too much blame.
Not enough growth.
For everything. Lots of blame on the women's side. Lots of blame on the men's side too. Let's go back to the child support thing. Niggas talking about they baby mama fucking their life up. It's just bitch and all that shit. Hey, bruh, hold yourself accountable first. Like my nigga said, you slept with that rotten bitch, my nigga. You have responsibilities now. You put yourself in this situation.
I did not say slept with that rotten bitch. I did not say that.
This nigga called her flea. Your dog ass. You lay down with a flea-ridden varmint, bitch. That's what this nigga said. So, yeah. Bottom line, look at yourself first. See what you did wrong first. Move on from there. Just a little advice. I had to get that off the chest.
Hold yourself accountable.
Hell yeah.
You feeling better today?
A little better.
All right. That's the whole purpose of the Ross's therapy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we can make.
I'm guaranteed by every Wednesday to be I just spazzed out. Let me tell you, my wife was so grateful for this show that I ain't talking her ear off no goddamn more. She is so happy. She told me the other day, save it. Put it for the show.
Wow.
That's good.
I'm like, you right, man.
So she's doing a little executive producing outside the show.
Save it. Got it down. I don't want to hear it.
So I want to go back a little bit and ask Miss Crystal Hazen to explain yourself. I need to understand what them birds are for. Were they directed to Mr. Ross, or what were those birds for?
Oh, okay. Well, we waiting on her?
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep on talking, but I just want her to, elaborate a little bit.
While she get her mind and get her life together, we can figure something else out.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah. That topic that might be a little rough because it's 7:50 now.
That's okay. It's about 10 minutes worth.
No. I think that's more than 10 because it's about to be fiery.
We'll see.
Okay. Ask your question, Alicia. We'll get to it.
She said about the comment about being women being receivers.
She ain't no damn receiver. She got something hidden that we don't know about. That's what she basically saying. I don't know.
Okay. I'm sure that's man-made.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. This big push and this big saying a lot of times that we keep hearing: know your worth. Know your worth.
Right.
Don't accept anything. Just know your worth. So the topic is called "Know Your Worth" and "Don't Price Yourself Out the Game." What we got to what we got to say about that one?
Goodness gracious! Don't price yourself out of the game, huh?
Because we're talking them overinflated egos.
Okay.
She thinks she worth $1 million. Got that $2 face though.
Oh yeah. What is I don't know, bro. That one, that's kind of deep right there. I think it stems from an overall belief amongst our women that because they are more financially or gainfully employed, that one out of every 4 black men in 2016 did not work. That's nationwide. 1 out of every 4 black men in 2016 was unemployed. So, as I stated before, they're receivers. You know, if they're making it, they feel like our women feel like they're double minorities, and they feel like, hey, goddamn, I'm out here hustling, getting. I'm going to school. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. If I'm doing this, your bum ass should be doing something. You the man. And she's right to a degree. What she's failing to realize is the game is set up for you to succeed. If you take the time to step back and look at it as we're on a teeter here, black men, black women. As y'all go like this, we are going like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a seesaw. There's a reason you're going high. It comes at a price. It's costing you your men. Now, what is that your fault? And what am I supposed to sell? Is that my spot? No, you're not supposed. You got to play the game. You just got to be aware of the situations. All I'm saying, and quit walking so goddamn high and sitting high and mighty and looking down on your men. And then when the man comes to choose you, a good man that's probably right for you, I'm too good for you, nigga.
My whole thing is, you gotta have self-esteem. You gotta actually believe in yourself, but you gotta be honest with yourself. We have too many people that are not being honest with where they actually are or who they actually are. I do believe. I mean, you know, especially with my sisters. My whole thing is, I really do not like when they are really active about being, you know, well, I'm a queen. Well, in my opinion, you shouldn't have to tell me that you're a queen. I should be able to see it by your actions.
Wow.
If your actions say one thing, but your mouth is saying another, what am I to believe? I'm going to believe what I'm seeing and not what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely love the fact that if you think of yourself as a queen, that's all well and good. That's beautiful. You should love yourself. You should think of yourself as a goddess. But you should also have your actions to reflect what you're actually believing. You know what I'm saying? So you shouldn't be going there, oh, I'm a queen, blah, 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 blah. You know, okay, well, that's all cool. But you know what? I've seen a queen enter the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Miss Barack Obama, Miss Michelle Obama, doesn't go around saying, I'm a queen, but you can see it.
Hell yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to actually visualize yourself at a certain level. That's beautiful. You're supposed to be the biggest fan of yourself of anyone else. You should be the biggest fan out there. That doesn't mean you have to be your biggest cheerleader for yourself. You have to actually take those actions and actually kind of walk that walk. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to be yelled. You don't need a trumpeter. But you know what? You find you a man that actually sees that, he'll actually be your cheerleader. That's what we want to see. We want to see your partner to become your biggest cheerleader. Because if you are that type of woman, and you were up there, if you were on queen level, if you were on goddess level, and you were partnered with someone, he's gonna be like, oh, my girl bad, man. I'm telling you, my girl's a goddess. Yeah. You're like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So you let him be your mouthpiece. You let other people kind of say what you're feeling, and if you are walking that walk, then other people will see it. So that's my whole thing, is you can have that self-image, but you don't have to advertise yourself.
So whose place is it to put that value? Are we as men valuing that, or is that something that they're doing on their own?
Well, it's not just women. Like I said, with me personally, I have to see myself in a certain way.
Right.
But I'm not going to get out to say, hey, you know, I'm that dude. You know, I'm that dude. Blah blah.
You gotta believe it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to actually it's actually having it internally. I decide what my worth is. I determine my worth.
Right.
I determine, you know, what I'm actually bringing to the table. But the thing is, I've actually self-assessed. I've actually said, well, you know what? I don't do this, and this, but I actually do this, and this is what I do better than anyone else. But I don't have to actually go out and tell everyone this. I mean, you know, unless you're a rapper. If you're a rapper, then you got to write that down. But then you make, right, you know, so your sales will show one way or the other. But
do you literally? I mean, since you said you brought that self-awareness in, are you? Because I know it's inherently that people are not going to really. With people with high self-esteem are never ever going to say, nigga, you really ain't shit.
Well, I mean, there's a difference. I think what he was hitting on here, man, and it needs to be said is that when he was saying love yourself, there's definitely a difference between loving yourself and being in love with yourself.
Okay.
There's that fake, see that narcissism, and, and that shit is like at our all-time high, especially with like the social media, selfies, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just being in love with yourself and not really.
But I think a lot of that is being fake. It's covering.
Right.
So
when you love yourself, other people will see the shit. You ain't got when you love yourself and you're not in love. You know, people will see it, bro. When you just walk around, especially a female. Like
gotcha.
She just has. When she's walking in that, I don't know, that light, that, I don't know what to call it, bro. You see them when they float into the room or whatever the hell. It's just, you be like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, you just automatic. So when you were asking the question about who assigns to them that,
queendom.
Yeah, no, it just is. You know, the sun doesn't let everybody know it's the sun. It just shines.
Exactly.
It just is.
That is exactly my point. That is exactly my point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. We got a couple comments here. We're gonna go back a little bit. I think it honestly, Alicia asked a question that I think we really need to address, and we're gonna have to address it on this show.
Okay.
So that means we're gonna carry on. So I appreciate y'all for sticking with us, but I think that's something that we really need to address. Alicia also said, just because you're unemployed doesn't mean you're worthless. Absolutely true. We're not saying that, but your worth is just a little bit less. Not worthless.
No. She's right. Unfortunately, Alicia, we live in a society where a lot of women view men's net worth by their actual worth. So, I mean, you preaching to the choir, me. Just because you down and out right now doesn't mean you're not worth anything at all. So,
okay.
Get the.
We got one more. We got another comment here. This one was directed to you. Where do you get your stats from?
Oh, my stats? Really? I'm glad you asked. I listen to much smarter people than me. I'm be real with you. Listen to Zoe Williams' morning show. He has a guy on there by the name of Antonio Moore. He is a statistician type guy. He will break everything that look, these are valid people. I'm not just blowing smoke out my ass. I'm really not.
Yes, it is.
Now, no, I'm not. I'm not going to get on here and talk about shit that I don't know. So, look, listen to those people. These people are certified. Now, do I do a lot of reading and be real with you? No, I don't. No, I don't. But I do ebooks and all that shit. I'm just not, look, when I read shit, I'll read a paragraph and go down the page and forget what the fuck I just read. So it's hard. I'm just not a good reader.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But I do study shit.
You mean big reader?
Well,
you are a good reader.
Yeah, I mean, but I do like the ebooks and shit like that. So
gotcha.
That's where I get my shit from. You can go look it up for yourself. All right?
So I hope that answers the question for you, Tasha. Alicia says, it's my job as a woman to make sure that if he's not where he wants to be now, that I help build his confidence and motivate him at home for him to go out and get it.
That's beautiful.
Man, I absolutely agree 100%.
As long as the motivation isn't nagging. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference.
Motivation.
That's not motivation.
But she might
there's a
think she's
difference. There's a
motivating
difference.
you by staying on you. Some brothers, I mean, I guess it depends on your man, because some brothers do need a woman to
I'm one of
riding, but no, just to make sure he stays on task.
Right,
no,
right, yeah, that's
I'm honestly one of them, and I tell you this because if it wasn't for my bae, Milk Duds wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
Because she pushed me to, Don, go ahead and do it. Me and you've been talking about a podcast for
quite a while.
Years now.
Quite a while.
And she finally just said, you know what, Don, why don't you go out and do it? Do it.
Yeah.
She also said, get rid of West ignorant ass. But she loved this black man. I don't even know why. But honestly, she pushed me. I always had that issue with, man, that's gonna cost money to start. I'm not spending. I don't want to spend. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. If I can get it from here, let me try and get it from here. And everything goes by the wayside. But that's what that woman's there, and she helps keep you focused.
Hell yeah.
And will help create things. And that's what I said.
A true partner will know your emotional currency.
Exactly.
And she will actually go ahead and actually motivate you through that emotional currency. So yeah, that's beautiful. So take your time and find the right one. And when you got the right one, listen. Brothers, listen to that right one. If she's actually motivating you, and she really is, let me be your motivation.
If she's there's some better interest.
Exactly. There are some women out there that actually see stuff in men that they don't see themselves. You know what I'm saying? So if you've got a woman that is by your side, and for sure you've gone through some ups and downs, but she's actually saying something. She's saying something to better you. As long as she's not saying it to belittle you, but she's saying it to better you, listen to your woman, listen to her, and actually take those steps, man. Because you a happy spouse, happy house.
No, I don't believe that. Stop.
I listened to this lady named I think it was Shahrazad Ali, and she had said something that it's pretty powerful. She was saying how she was talking to sisters, and she was saying, look. And don't y'all be perverted on this shit. Being serious.
I might just mute my mic then.
Turn it around. There you go.
Okay, so she was saying that sisters have with the power of their mouth and their voice and their speak, they can speak life into a man, or they can strip him of life. With their words. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, man, I feel like our women, especially, have an extra amount of motivation and drive to succeed, like an abundance. You know what I'm saying? The reason I feel like they have an abundance is because they are supposed to be the man's battery. You feel me?
I like that.
The woman is supposed to be the man's reasoning for enduring all the bullshit he's got to do. Because I got to take care of my woman and my family. I'm serious. And that her extra motivation to push and strive and achieve and never settle for okay. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because it's supposed to be input into the man, into the family unit. It has a reason. There's a purpose. It's definitely not supposed to be in all this black feminist shit. And I mean, black girls rock. Don't get me wrong.
That's because they do.
Black girls do rock. Yes. But it's a kingdom. It's not a queendom. I want y'all to remember that. It's a kingdom. Where you going without your men? With your rocking ass?
Every time he made that turn,
where are they going? Ain't nobody talking about this shit, D. What you want?
I hear you, and I'm not trying to stifle you. It just I'm just not surprised anymore, bro.
Okay. I'm glad. It's gonna be coming, goddammit.
Alicia is saying, I'm sorry, let me go back up. Crystal says, I am a mother of 3 who pays she ain't letting this shit go. She's still mad at you. She said, I am a mother of 3 who pays child support on 2 of them. So, who's receiving? Not me.
Okay.
Not all women want a man to just support her. I'm good on my own.
Yep.
She ain't. You're not gonna put her in that cave.
Look, Crystal, you can't see this table, but I want you to go anywhere in your house. Go to your table, all right? And I want you to put a penny on the table, okay? Once you do that, I want you to know that you are that penny. Not that you're only worth a cent, but you're a penny. That table is all the rest of these women out here. With the motherfucking program. I'm sorry. But I'm just letting you know it's bigger than you, boo-boo. Sorry. Woo.
It's West.
Oh, my mom just loud.
No, you good. Alright, we're gonna move right along. Next. Alicia said absolute fact. I think she was talking to the statement you made on it being a family or something.
Yeah. Well, I know you weren't listening, but we gotta fix this shit.
No. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where I was listening to you. It's just I'm trying to figure out where that comment came from because we've been talking since.
We've been talking some shit.
And then she also says behind it, it's a palace, bitch. It ain't it's a palace.
Right.
I figured this
palace with your queen ass. You ever notice a queen can't ascend a man? Y'all know that? So like what I'm saying is a king, and I learned this from I watched Corey Holcomb, so this is not my shit. A king can go anywhere in the country and go get some chick working on a farm or whatever. He marries her, she becomes the queen. You dig? A queen go get some mechanic or whatever the hell. He don't become the king. He becomes the queen's husband.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? It's a kingdom. Yes, you can have your palace, but you got a stooge on your side. You need a king.
Stedman.
You need a king. Holler. Holler. You need a king. Get with it.
Hopefully that's all.
I know y'all. Look, we didn't make the rules. God put us in charge. I'm sorry. Take it up with him.
all right. Well, when she made that statement about absolute fact, that was when she was talking about a woman. When you said a woman can speak life.
Look, this Alicia.
Yeah, speak life or strip a man.
Girl, goddamn it, you taking up all the questions. Give me a call.
No, well, that's also plus because we done lost half our audience. We on Empire time now.
Okay.
But question that Alicia brought up.
Okay.
My child's father, after 2 years of no contact. I'm sorry. Hang on. Adjust the sound. My child's father, after 2 years of no contact, texted her Monday saying he wants his family and wants to attend her son's birthday party. How should she go about it? First thing I'm going to say is, yes, he needs to go be a part of his son's life, and he should be invited to the birthday party. Not a problem with that at all. As far as his family is his son. That's it. There's a problem that we make often. We confuse or we make it a package deal. I got when we on the outside. I want my son and my woman. No, bro. When you walked away, that's no longer your woman, but you still have your son. Make that relationship with your son before you do anything.
Right.
That's number one. I am never gonna tell you ever tell any woman to cut that man out of his kid's life, ever.
Right.
That I honestly, unless he is doing physical harm to that child, physical or mental harm to that child, he belongs in that child's life.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
There is no person on the planet that can take that place, and it's not your place to remove him from it.
Right.
So let that man be a part of a little man's life, and let him do right. As far as your life, outside of your kid, I don't think y'all have anything really to talk about. I don't.
Okay.
And I say that because I co-parent, and I've co-parented well with people that I've agreed with and got along with, and with people that I just honestly just could not just tolerate. But I believe that co-parenting aspect is you don't have to get along to go along.
Right. Well, my thing is, if she wants to be back with him, or if she wants him to be back in his life and stuff like, if she want to be back with him, like Don said, start with the child first. He's got to earn it. It's pretty much what we said earlier. A man ain't gonna respect the shit if he don't earn it. So he's got to earn that back, okay? And he can start with being there for the kid. And then if you really want to be with him, you and him can work on that later. But you gotta make him earn it.
Yeah.
He won't respect it if he doesn't earn it back. Make him work hard.
Because honestly, if what I believe is going to happen is She's saying, like she just said in here, she's like, she wants him involved in his life, but she's happy in her relationship.
Oh,
if
okay.
that's the issue, I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. You happy in your relationship. The answer to him is, your kid, yes, you're more than welcome to help raise our child.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
However, with me, we're done.
Right.
There's nothing even to discuss about that at all.
Right.
I don't have to tell you I'm involved. I'm not interested. Period.
Yep.
And that's the end of it. Don't even try. This is not one of them situations where no, nigga, I want you to win me. I don't want you to try harder. No,
if it's
I know.
over.
I didn't know she was involved.
Flat out, no. The answer is no. Don't even try it. I mean, just that, and that's, you can't send those mixed signals because you're worried about him not really going to be involved.
You got to be plain and simple.
Let him man up and do what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Shit or get off the pot. Because like you said, you're in a relationship and you got a man that's willing to step into that place.
Right.
You either going to step up or step aside. Let him. Period.
There we go.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That's my opinion on it.
What he
anything
said.
different?
What he said. That's basically it.
Alright, so
That was some wisdom. Jewels from Don the Bouncer.
here she goes. She said, he has no idea about my boyfriend, but he is going to meet him at the party. How do I make that not so awkward? Oh, it's going to be awkward, period.
Yeah.
The only thing you can...
You didn't tell him that.
But I don't honestly, I don't think she needs to tell him I have a boyfriend.
Bruh.
That's not his business.
If he come, I mean, especially if you, look, by not telling him, I think you may have left the door open for some hope there. So he come up with roses and all this bullshit.
Yeah.
No,
Close the door. Close the
He comes
door.
up with expectations, and bruh, he opens the door and your boyfriend is holding. Who's it? A son? She got a little boy. She got a cute little boy. That's right. So he's holding your son, the baby daddy. Bro, what the fuck?
He coming into the picture with the wrong idea anyway.
Right.
Period.
Right.
You've been gone.
Bruh,
You've been gone. You got no say so.
It's small things of communication count.
Tell him.
Hey,
Tell him ahead of
I
time.
can't do
Tell him
this.
ahead of
Look,
time.
Yeah, but that's why I said
I'm
have that
involved.
conversation.
Yeah.
He's been here. You ain't. So, yeah, I'm involved. He's gonna be at the party.
Minus the dig. The fact that he ain't been there, you don't have to mention that. But yes, let him know.
Be adult.
Yes,
Be adult about it.
I don't have a problem with you being there. You should, but plain and simple. But if you don't want to be here because I'm not giving you any, then you don't need to be here. You're not the man I want my son to grow up to be. Period.
Yeah. Minus my dig, but include that one right there. That big smack.
But no. That's not a dig. But no, what she says is, I feel like if I shut him down, he won't come.
You gotta go.
Don't. I don't want him to come.
Right.
Because that right there, he's a weak ass dude.
Yeah, that shows intent. If he's not coming because he can't get with you,
he's coming for some pussy, not for his son.
exactly. Yeah, he's coming for the wrong reason.
Nigga,
He's coming for the wrong reason.
Tolerate it.
I'm not saying dig. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying minus the dig.
Yeah, minus the dig. Don't worry.
Period. I'm not saying dig at him at all.
Just be truthful. Just be truthful and honest. Like, look, yeah. Just be like, look. Okay,
I'm not interested.
I want you to come to see our son. But there's nothing going on here. I'm actually with somebody. I'm with somebody and I'm happy. Throw that in there and just say, hey, you can come eat you some ice cream and cake. If you need to stay on the other side of the room, you stay on the other side of the room. But just be there. Your presence is there for your son. So,
y'all don't even have to be on the separate side of the room.
Yeah,
y'all can sit right next to each other.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is. Yes, exactly.
Your man should be comfortable enough to know, all right, well, that's just baby daddy. He ain't been here. Hell, I'm winning just off the strength of who he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He just got me extra points, period, just for being who he is.
Yes.
I'm here every day.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
I don't think you should try to avoid him. Anybody that should be feeling awkward should be him because he's been missing out of his son's life.
Yeah.
And that should be his focus.
Exactly.
That should be his
His
focus.
ball's been moving without him, and it keeps moving.
That's right.
He's growing. The family's growing.
He's good. He's a happy, smiling kid. So
the kid
he's
was-
good.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna be at the party and I'll be on my bouncer roll. He can get out of line if he want to. We're gonna straighten it back in. Just plain and simple.
Get that straight.
That's it. Ain't gonna mess up my little East party, man. That's
There we go. There we go.
It's my little man.
You want to save me some?
But no. So what we're basically telling you is you have to include him into it. Meaning he should be a part of your son's life, but that's where it ends.
That's where it ends.
Period. You agree?
Ditto.
You agree?
100.
What we say is you definitely should let him know ahead of time, and that's going to stop the awkwardness from you and from your man. Them the only two people you should be concerned about is your man and yourself. After that, he got to deal with his own demons.
Yep.
Cool?
What's up?
All right. Anything else you got to say? Anything else? But all right, y'all. We about to cut out. I think we had another great show.
Hell yeah.
I like that little give and take we had there with Alicia. I think that's why we're gonna have to bring the phone up.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna allow somebody.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to allow them to call in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think that's what we're gonna have to go ahead and do.
Next step. Next step.
That's the next thing I'm working on, y'all. So y'all bear with us. We working on it. We also got a multi-panel conversation we're gonna have for y'all. That is coming up.
And real quick, Tasha, just want to throw this out. I'm gonna get them facts for you, baby. I'm gonna get them because I'm not blowing smoke. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Go ahead, brother.
Are you having major beef with one of our people?
No.
He's just being clear, just clarifying and getting it all out. Yeah.
Valid to know if I'm stating facts. I know what I'm talking about. I might not have them here with me.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get them.
There we go.
That's fair enough.
That's accountability.
All right, y'all. So I definitely, again, thank y'all for hanging out with us today. Again, like this video, share these videos. Go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Again, it's Milk Dud Conversations with the S at the end. We hope to have all of them uploaded to YouTube, but definitely just go to the show and go to the YouTube and subscribe to the channel because that's important for us. And if y'all got any topics y'all want to talk about, if y'all got questions, y'all can email them to us at milkdudconversations@gmail.com, or you can even send us a message here on Facebook Live, or even just however you can get in contact with us. If you know us personally, shoot us a message or call them. I'm gonna give y'all False Ross phone number. No,
I take it on all comers.
because he don't answer the phone anyway. That's his idea of taking them on.
There you go. Secret.
So, all right, y'all. I thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for hanging out. We out.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man.